What is good, you guys? Welcome back to the Hero Report. Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. So please make sure you guys enjoy the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Also, hit up my Twitter if you guys have Twitter. The pinned comment and the link in the top link of the description will be my Twitter link. So if you guys have Twitter, you do not want to miss out. So please make sure you guys hit that up. Also, I do want to just tell you guys that I probably will not be making videos as frequently from next week onwards because I am moving back into college and college season is going to start soon. So I'm going to be a little bit busy, and yeah, you guys know how it gets, man. So I'll be giving you guys videos probably once, twice a week at the most. You know, compared to what I was doing over the summer, I was giving you guys 4 or 5 videos a week. That's probably not going to happen. It might sometimes, but don't expect it. But you guys will definitely get one or two videos per week for sure. So just, you know, giving you guys a heads up about that. But we got to talk about a couple of different things, man. We got to talk about the summer league game that happened today between the Heat and the Jazz as I'm recording this video, and also the play of Okpala, whether the Heat should have traded Precious Achiuwa or not, because that's something that has been also surfacing by a lot of Heat fans as well. We're going to talk about these 3 things. I'm going to be talking about, you know, giving my opinion about the summer league games and the situation with KZ, Precious, stuff like that. So make sure you guys enjoy the video. Let's get right into it, man. So obviously the Heat played against the Utah Jazz in the summer league game, and they lost by about 20 points, something like that. Now, this officially, I'm pretty sure, eliminates the Heat from winning the summer league championship. I'm not too, you know, concerned about the summer league championship. I don't really, you know, care if we win it or lose it. That's not really what I'm focused on. Summer league is just a good way to develop the young guys, and then see which undrafted players make their mark in our situation. But I'm not too worried about whether we win or lose the championships and stuff like that. But it was a little bit frustrating to watch at times this game, you know, especially as a Heat fan. After we started off really well, you know, we kind of just collapsed in the second half. And you know, the impact of Marcus Garrett was really felt as soon as he came out of the game. We kind of just, you know, couldn't really do much. He exited the game with an illness midway through the second quarter, and you know, never returned for the rest of the game. Hopefully that doesn't, you know, keep him out for too long, but that really affected our defense and offense, but mostly our defense. I think we really gave up a lot of easier looks when he was not on the floor. It just speaks to his impact on this team, and his impact was definitely felt. Omer Yurtseven, I thought, should have gotten a lot more touches than he did. You know, I felt that there was a lot of times where he was posting up. He had nice post position on a smaller defender, and a lot of people would either look him off or not notice him. Just, you know, shoot some unnecessary threes while he was, you know, in great post position. So I thought that was a little bit. I felt a little bit sorry for him because I thought he should have gotten a lot more touches than he actually did. Also, Max Strus played a little bit, you know, rushed. I don't think he had his best game. He came out shooting hot, but I just thought in transition, you know, just the whole team in general, our transition offense was terrible. We had cases where we had multiple 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s even, and we just blew it. And that's something that has to be cleaned up. Realistically, though, I'm not too worried about summer league because that, like I said, that's not really my main focus. You know, most of these guys won't even be on the main roster when the season starts. You're going to probably have Max Strus and Yurtseven, and the 2 guys who I think are going to be Dejan Jarreau and also Marcus Garrett. So the rest of the guys I don't think will be on the squad, but you know, it's just development, playing time for them. I think that, you know, I'm super happy about what I've been seeing from Dejan Jarreau. I think that he's really improved his play in the summer league. He was a little bit sluggish in the California Classic, and then, you know, he really picked up his play. Like I said, Marcus Garrett's impact was definitely felt. One player I do want to talk about, however, is KZ, because I think KZ had a really rough game, and he's been having a really rough summer league in general. Has had a very rough shooting summer league. You know, his splits are absolutely terrible from the free throw line, from the field, from 3. You know, very frustrating. It's almost like he's kind of unplayable on offense at times. You know, a lot of people just, you know, consider him as a black hole on offense, and he won't really contribute. And his defense, I think, is very good, but I just think his offense is just super lackluster. And this is very sad for me because I was really high on KZ coming out of college. I was a huge fan of his, and his offensive game is just not translated to the NBA yet. And even against lower competition like what he's been playing against the summer league guys, he hasn't really showed what he's capable of. So that's very disappointing in my eyes. a lot of Heat fans are frustrated. People are turning on him. They want to see him gone. I don't really blame them. It is only summer league, but he has been looking very, very rough, and he hasn't done anything in the NBA season to tell us that he has this, great potential. I think his best game was probably against the Raptors last year in preseason, where he had 24 and he was hitting a lot of threes. And I think that's really the, where he can unlock his game if he just focuses on being a 3-and-D player and not something he doesn't have to be. I think the Heat are trying to make him something that he's not. They're trying to make him a slashing, playmaker or slashing. They're just trying to make him do too much, and I don't think he's, at that level, especially offensively, where we're gonna rely on him to shoot threes and play make and slash. I think he just has to focus on shooting threes and playing defense, and I think his role will be simplified. But a lot of Heat fans want him gone, and I don't really blame them. I think, like I said, I thought this was like a very, very big year for KZ, because I think KZ is a guy that he needs to show something, especially because he's been in the league this is about to be his 3rd year. We traded away 3 second-round picks to move up for him, and hasn't really shown as much, hasn't even been in the rotation. So this is the biggest year for KZ, and he might not even be on the team, because they're talking about there's possibilities where he might be waived for another 14th guy to come in, or 15th, another 14th guy to come in to replace KZ. And that might happen, because if KZ gets waived, we won't be over the luxury tax if we sign another player. So a lot of people want to see that happen. I don't know if the Heat will do this. I don't think they will, but they might. I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't think the quality of free agents are good enough for where they would cut one of their, one of their own draft picks and one of their, guys that they were super high on. I just think it's a bad look on the franchise if they do it, right now, especially for a free agent who's not the, a top tier free agent or anything like that. We're not about to sign someone who's going to change the game. We might, but chances are, it's very unlikely. So I don't think Pat Riley or, the owners or anyone will try to cut KZ to sign a lower tier free agent, because they'll just look bad on the franchise, in my opinion. I probably would, but I don't think they will, because I think that they really care about their reputation. And KZ Okpala was a guy that they were really high on, as they traded away 3 second-round picks first. So I think they want to give him, as much time as possible. So I don't think they will cut him right now, at least. I don't think they'll cut him right now, but he might be traded later down the line. We'll see what happens with him. But this is a big season for KZ. Like I've been saying, man, he has to show us something. If he's not even in the rotation, then I just don't see what the future is with this team. But we'll see what happens with him. Lastly, before I end the video, I do want to talk about Precious Achiuwa, because a lot of people have been saying, why did we trade away Precious? He looks really good for the Raptors right now. And I've just been seeing a lot of Heat fans talking about how they regretted trading for Precious, or trading Precious away for Lowry. And number one, you have to realize that this is summer league, so this is not against NBA competition. This is not to discount Precious. I think he's going to be a really good player, but you can't judge summer league players off of real potential, because Kyle Kuzma, I'm pretty sure, won summer league finals MVP. And we know what Kyle Kuzma is right now. He's still a really good player, in my opinion, but he's just not anything compared to the other people in that draft class. So you can't really use summer league to judge a player. Obviously, I think he has improved a lot as far as his game is concerned. But like I said, number one, it's summer league. Number two, I think he's going to be playing for a team that's going to be allowing him to play a lot more minutes. They're going to give him a lot more touches. He was never going to be what he was going to be in Toronto and Miami, because I think a lot of fans fall into that trap where, if we trade Precious away, they were going to be like, man, he's going to go off in Toronto, and, why did we trade him away? Because he's going to, be so good there. You can't look at it like that, because what they allowed him to do in Toronto, we couldn't really allow him to do in Miami. They might make him a starting center over there. We have one of the best centers in the NBA, top 5, top 4, top 3, depending on whoever you ask. He's not taking his spot. Spo has shown that he's not going to play him at the 4, and he's going to be a backup center on this team. If he was on this team, he was going to be a backup center, and he was going to get limited minutes, especially because we have Dwayne Dedmon back. So where are you trying to play Precious on this squad? We are good at the center position. We just signed PJ Tucker and Markieff Morris. So what Precious was going to do in Summer League with the Raptors and also in the regular season with the Raptors, he was never going to do on the Heat. We got to be honest with each other. He was going to get a lot more minutes there, a lot more touches there, a lot more opportunity there, and then he's going to, show his real potential. Now, this is, Precious is a really good player, but you got to give to take, and we didn't have the time to develop a guy like that. He was a raw prospect coming out of college. He was not developed fully at all, especially on offense. We don't really have the time. He does not fit our timeline whatsoever. He's not a guy that can come in and make an instant impact, which is why we decided to keep Hero instead of Precious, because Hero is a guy that can at least score the ball if he needs to. Precious is a guy who's a big man who's going to take time for him to develop. So I just don't think that what Precious was going to be in Toronto is going to be what he wasn't going to be in Miami, because I think Miami would be a lot different for Precious. I think Precious would be a very, very limited player here because of the amount of players we have and because of the timeline of this team. So you can't really focus on, saying, oh, we shouldn't have traded for Precious because we shouldn't have traded Precious away because he's really playing well in Summer League. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And number 3, Kyle Lowry hasn't played a single game yet. So you can't judge a trade based off of, 0 games of Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, the season has not even started. So based off of 2 Summer League games where we've seen Precious play well, people are saying we shouldn't have made the trade. Like, that's ridiculous. So wait until Kyle Lowry plays, and then maybe you can make opinions. And if it doesn't work out, you can say hindsight is 2020, whatever you want to say. But Kyle Lowry has not played a single minute of basketball in a Heat uniform. So let him do that first before you guys jump to conclusions or judgments. And then finally, number 4, trading Precious away allows a roster spot in for Omer Yurtseven. I know he had a roster spot last year, but he's going to get more minutes than he was last year with Precious on the team. And I think based off of what we've been seeing, Omer has been playing better than Precious in Summer League. So you guys shouldn't be worried about trading Precious away because we have Omer Yurtseven coming in. So I'm not too worried about, if we lose Precious, we lose Precious. We got Kyle Lowry in return. We still have this young guy here who's been killing it in Summer League. He's been really, really good for us. So he's a guy that can replace Precious if we need him to. They're not the same player, but they're just another young center, young big. And I think the difference is that Omer Yurtseven actually, I think, has a better future of playing next to Bam because his jump shot is a lot more developed than Precious. He has a lot better touch around the rim. And I just think that Bam and him I could see where Spo could have both of them coexist. I don't think Spo would ever play Precious and Bam together. So I think that you shouldn't really care about what Precious is doing because we have another guy who's coming up at the same position in Omer Yurtseven. So the Precious stuff, I wish him all the luck, but what he was going to be in Toronto was never what he was going to be in Miami, especially with the limited opportunity here. We have a lot of people at that position here, at the 4 or 5 position. And lastly, Omer Yurtseven was coming through, and we haven't even seen what Kyle Lowry looks like in a Heat uniform. So do not jump to conclusions based on 2 Summer League games. Please, I beg you guys. But that's probably where we're going to end the video. Just wanted to put that out there. Like I said, make sure y'all leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, hit up my Twitter, and yeah, I'll see y'all later as always, guys.